Today's session is focused around our legs, hips and back, lower back and back in general. And for that, one word of caution, as always, if you have any pain, not like the stretchy, oh this is a bit uncomfortable, but actual pain, then just stop. Don't do it. Move out of the pose, go into child's pose or any other pose that feels good to you. We don't want to injure ourselves. What you might need for today is a pillow, a cushion, just a thin one, and also a belt. We're going to do some forward folds where they'll come in quite handy, and also a block. The session is about an hour 15, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. And as I said, work within what feels good for you today. Don't compare yourself to what you did last week or what you could do a year ago or what you have seen other people do. It's about you, your body, and be kind to yourself. Okay, yeah, let's all get into child's pose. So if you want, you can have your knees a little bit apart or your knees to touch. That's really, at this point, personal preference. With your knees apart a little bit, the hip width, you can sort of maybe sink in between there a little bit more. And let's go for an extended child's pose definitely today. So your arms out, fingers nice and wide. If you can't get your forehead on the mat, then do, or you could get one of your blocks or books that you have and place that under your forehead. So that way you've got that support and you don't feel like you're overstraining your neck, your back yet. Wherever you are, I'm going to arrive here. So we take one deep inhale through the nose and an exhale through the mouth. Deep inhale and deep exhale out of the mouth. One more like that. Deep inhale and exhale through the mouth. Coming back to a more natural rhythm of the breath. I'm going to breathe in and out through the nose for the entire practice. Feeling how the body lengthens on the inhale and melts down on the exhale. As we inhale, our abdomen, our ribs are pressing against our thighs, our legs. As we exhale, abdomen moves in, maybe we melt down a little bit more. Inhale, feel your ribs move apart. Exhale, feel your chest melt down. Inhale, your chest, your shoulders, your collarbones lift a little. Exhale, your chest, your shoulders move down. Might feel like your armpits are getting a bit closer to the ground. Breathing and feeling the movement in our entire chest and our entire body now. As we inhale, the abdomen expands, pressing against our legs. Our ribs move apart, our chest lifts. As we exhale, first our chest moves down, the ribs together, and then the abdomen moves in. Take a couple of breaths like that. With the next inhale, your left hand walks over to the right hand side and maybe you can place it on top of the right hand. We're having a little bit of stretch in the left side body. We're breathing here for a few. Pressing both hands down
Right hand into the mat, left hand on top of the right hand or next to the right hand. Gentle here, not pushing yourself, doing as much as you feel comfortable with. Feeling the stretch as we breathe. And with the next exhale, we're walking our left hand back to where it was before. Have one breath in the middle. Inhale. Exhale. The next inhale, we're walking our right hand over. Either placing it next to the left hand or maybe on top of the right hand. Pressing both hands down and breathing here. Again, as much as you feel comfortable with right now, it's early. With the next exhale, we're walking that right hand back to where it was. Having another 2 breaths in center. Next inhale, we're pulling our hands in, placing them under our shoulders and pressing into our shoulders. And we're going to come into a kneeling position before we get going. Today's session is going to be quite similar to last week's because I thought it would be nice to build on that a little more. But we're also focusing on our lower back and a bit of back strength and back mobility. And child's pose is a great pose already if you ever have back pain. Just to come into a little child's pose, even like then arms by the side are quite nice. Just so you know that was coming. Alright, let's come into tabletop. Hands under shoulders. Shoulder width apart, knees and the hips hip width apart. And let's do just a very quick warm up for our wrists. So let's rock forward and back. We're just doing this little rock today. Fingers nice and wide. Go as small or as big as feels good to you. And maybe 2 more. And coming into center when you're done. Just setting ourselves up again. Making sure that our knees are comfortable. Pressing through the hands. Our wrists, elbows and shoulders are stacked on top of each other. And with our inhale, we're going to move into our cow. So we're arching our back, shoulder blades together, shoulders away from the ears. We're looking up. Exhale, we're pressing the ground away, shoulder blades apart, shoulders still away from the ears. Looking towards the belly button, tucking the pelvis. Inhale, coming into our cow. Arching the back, really extremely, bum to the ear. The ceiling, shoulders to the ceiling, belly to the ground. Exhale, we're pushing the ground away. Really pushing the hands into it. Tucking the pelvis, squeezing all the air out of your lungs, out of your belly. Inhale. We're arching our spine, shoulder blades together, maybe bending those elbows, those arms a little bit if that feels good. Exhale, pushing the ground away, really pushing. Pelvis tucked in a little bit, engaging the glutes, chin to chest, looking to the belly button. Inhale, cow, really arching that back. Imagine you've got a baby elephant sitting on your lower back. Exhale, cat, angry cat, chin to chest, squeezing the air out like an accordion. Inhale, into our cow. This is such a wonderful spine mobilization. Exhale into our cat. Moving our spine. waking it up. Inhale, cow. Exhale, one more cat. And we're coming into tabletop. What I want you to do is to just move your body, how it feels good for you now. So maybe swinging your hips from side to side, waking your back, your spine up a bit more, maybe moving the shoulders, bringing one shoulder forward, the other pulls back, and then the other way around as you're moving your hips. Could go forward a little bit and then push back into a child's pose. Move your hips in child's pose, just feeling what feels good, and just moving around, just playing with what feels good to you. Just a little bit here. You could bend your arms, bring your elbows down to the ground one at a time. Do the other way around. And then come into center. Well, I just wanted to do that to sort of show you that there's quite a lot of play involved when you move your body, and it doesn't have to be that when you do cat-cow it has to be classic cat-cow. You could, even in cat-cow, you can move your hips from side to side. Just be mindful, obviously, not to hurt yourself, but as you do that, and it's your body, it's kind of a nice way to get to know what you need at that time. We're going to tuck our toes. We're going to gently push into our first down dog. And we're going to walk our feet here, if that feels good, to wake up our calves. So we're stretching one leg, trying to press that heel into the ground whilst we're bending the other knee. We're coming onto the tiptoes of that foot where we bent the knee. Then inhale, coming on both tiptoes, straight legs. Exhale, we're pushing the heel of the other foot down, bending the other foot. You just could do that as quick or as slow as feels good to you. Just walking that dog, pressing into our hands, pushing ourselves back. Maybe one more breath in this dynamic stretch. And now coming to stillness. Setting up our down dog. So pressing into our hands, hands are shoulder width apart, fingers pointing forward, middle finger pointing forward, thumbs sort of pointing at each other. Arms are straight, shoulders are away from the ears, and shoulder blades are pulling apart a little bit. Your back is flat. If that means you have to bend your knees a little bit, that's fine. Your feet are hip width apart, toes pointing forward. You're looking towards the space between your big toes. Staying here for one breath. Noting and saving how we set ourselves up so we know what we're doing next. And now with an inhale, we're going to slowly start walking our feet forward, keeping them hip width apart and stopping behind our hands. About foot length behind our hands. Just hanging here for a moment. Still, if that feels good. Feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. And now bringing some movement into the back and dragging our fingers over the mat. If you need to bend your knees here, that's totally fine. It's early. And even if it wasn't early, it was fine. It's your yoga practice. Dragging your fingers, again bringing that movement into our lower back. Stretching out our hamstrings and our lower back. Coming into center, coming to stillness, hanging here for a moment, bending our knees a bit more so that our abdomen rests on our thighs. We're bringing our chin to our chest. One inhale here. Exhale, and with the next inhale, we're coming up slowly. We're straightening our legs. Our abdomen comes off the lift. Legs are straight. Arms are hanging down, relaxed. We're coming up, torso lifts. And when we're standing up, the last thing that lifts is the chin off the chest. Lovely, very nice. Alright, we're coming to the front of our mat. We're standing in Tadasana, so feet to touch, or feet hip width apart, whatever feels better for you. And we're going to lift all our toes off the mat, spreading them out wide, you know the drill, then lowering them one at a time, little toe, fourth toe, middle toe, second toe, and big toe. Again, if you want, lifting our heels and placing them down. If that feels good for you. If it doesn't work for you, then just leave it. I just quite enjoy it. I'm going to tuck our pelvis a tiny bit, engage our abdomen so we're nice and strong in our middle, and that protects our back as we go into our forward folds. Whenever we fold down or we come up, we want to engage our abs so that we're not yanking on our back. We're going to roll our shoulders up, back and down. By rolling them back and down, we're opening our chest. Palms are all ready just by doing that little thing, facing forward. Going up nice and tall as if someone's pulling us by the crown of our head, tucking our chin a little bit, have a nice flat neck, have the neck in line with our spine. And just standing here for one breath. In Tadasana, mountain pose. We're solid like a mountain. Inhale, we're raising our arms up, shoulders away from the ears. We're looking to the thumbs or just straight ahead, whatever's good for your neck. Inhale, we're folding down, we're engaging that back and the abdomen. Hands by the side of the feet, full forward fold, bending the knees if you need to, bringing your forehead close to your shins. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins, back flat. Imagine someone could rest a tray with champagne glasses on your back, a really flat back, shoulders pulling back a little bit, and we're looking right down to the point where it's sort of below our nose, so a straight neck. Exhale, hands are going down, we're stepping back with the right foot, we're lowering the knee here and tucking the toes, and we're staying in this low lunge for a moment. Hands on the ground. We're pressing the top of the back foot of the right foot into the mat, engaging, waking up those hip flexors. Breathing here for a few breaths. I somehow find that like tight hips and tight back are somehow a little bit tied together in that sense, but maybe that's just my body. And we're going to tuck our toes of the right foot, the back foot, lift the right knee. We're going to step into a plank. Let's stay in plank for a moment. We're pressing the ground away. We're pushing our heels back. We're engaging the abs. We're just staying here looking down. Strong back, strong core. The core and the back work together. Inhale. Exhale, we're lowering our knees, chest and chin. 8-point pose, the bum is in the air. Inhale, we slide into Cobra. We're staying in Cobra for a moment. Hands are by the side of the body, under the shoulders. Elbows are really nice and tight into the body. We're pushing into our hands. Toes are untucked and pulling back. We're looking forward. Breathing here. This is really working the back muscles quite a lot. And with the next exhale, we're actually lowering our chest down to the ground, forehead to the mat. And we're going to bring our forearms to the ground now. So the forearms are on the mat, hands are shoulder width apart, and our elbows are under our shoulders. We're making like a 90-degree angle with where our arm bends, from lower arm to upper arm. We're coming into the swings pose. Imagine you're pulling your elbows back and you're pushing your hands forward. You're really engaging your back here. The shoulders are pulling away from each other, away from the ears. Shoulder blades together, but shoulders away from the ears. Feeling that back bend here. Nice. One more breath here. Exhale, we're going down, we're melting down, forehead to the ground. Maybe making a pillow out of our hands, arms, forearms in front of us. And let's just wiggle our hips from side to side here to release that back bend. Nice. We're going to bring our hands under our shoulders. We're going to come into one last cobra here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And now as if we're back into our vinyasa, we're tucking our toes and we're pushing from here either directly into the down dog, or you can go through a child's pose and then into a down dog. Stay in down dog for a moment. Let's set it up again. You can bring your feet in a tiny bit, stepping them in. Sometimes the down dog is a bit long. And pushing into our hands. Flat back, maybe bending those knees. If you want, you can, it's your yoga practice, you can walk the dog here again, or maybe coming into the three-legged dog, lifting one foot off the ground for a breath or two, then switching over to push those heels a bit more to the ground. And we're coming into our down dog now, coming into stillness, wherever you were, whatever you were playing with. One more breath here. Inhale, exhale, inhale and exhale. We're stepping that right foot in between the hands. We're staying in this low, high lunge with the hands on the ground though. And what we're going to do now is we're going to lift that right hand off the ground. So the left hand is staying sort of next to our right foot, and we're coming into a twist here. Nice. Your straight arm looking either to the ceiling or just straight ahead, whatever's nicer for your neck. Staying here for a few breaths. Twists really mobilize and wake up the spine, so that's really nice for your back. And we're placing that right hand outside the right foot again. Inhale here, exhale, we're stepping forward, left hand foot next to right foot. Inhale, hands to shins, in our half forward fold, again engaging the abs here, engaging our back, pulling the shoulders back, flat back, so if someone put a tray of champagne glasses, there would be no spillage. Inhale, exhale, hands either side of the feet, full forward fold, Utkatasan. And inhale, coming up, engaging those abs to protect the back. And exhale, hands into heart center. Great, well done. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, exhale, folding down, engaging those abs. Full forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, shoulders pulling back, engaging the abs. Exhale, hands down, stepping back with the left foot, lowering the knee, and tucking the toes. Staying here in our low lunge. Pressing the back of that left foot into the mat, seeing if that might engage, wake up the hip flexor stretch for you a bit more. All our bodies are different, so figure out, play around with what you need to do to maybe engage that, activate that stretch a bit more. Going to tuck those toes now, the left toes, lifting the left knee off the ground, stepping back into a plank, staying here for a moment, again pushing that ground away as if someone's throwing the ground at you. Shoulder blades push apart, shoulders away from the ears, heels pull back, so we've got that width in our body from the shoulder blades pushing apart, we've got that length in our body from our heels pulling away. One breath here, inhale. Exhale, knees down, chest down, chin down. Nice, nice guys. Inhale, we're sliding forward into our Cobra, untucking the toes, elbows into the body, looking forward. And again, staying with that back work for a moment. Staying in our Cobra. Nice. And we're going to come down, melt down, chest to the ground, forehead to the ground. We're placing our lower arms by the side of us, our elbows are below our shoulders. It's that 90-degree angle between our upper arm and our lower arm. Hands and elbows are at shoulder width apart. I'm going to push into the ground to activate our back, looking forward. The toes are untucked, pointing behind us, and the toes are really pointing. The toes are doing yoga as well. Breathing here. If this is too intense for you, just come into a low baby cobra. And melting down, forehead on the ground, maybe making a pillow out of our hands, arms, forearms out in front of us. Let's rock from side to side, releasing, rock our hips from side to side, releasing that back a little bit. Great. Coming back into stillness, we're placing our hands under our shoulders and coming to another cobra, just for a moment. So shoulder blades together, shoulders away from the ears, looking forward, elbows into the body. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and with the next exhale, we're either pressing into a child's pose first, and then into a down dog, or straight into down dog. In down dog, maybe stepping our feet in a little bit. Hands pressing into the ground, shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades apart. Flat back, toes pointing forward, middle finger pointing forward. And again, if you want to walk, if you want to bring some dynamic stretches in, do that. Do whatever feels good to you. Play around, make this your yoga practice. If you're moving, come into stillness now. And join us for one more breath in down dog. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Stepping that left foot forward, staying in this high lunge with our hands on the ground. Breathing here for one, and now we're going to lift that left hand off the mat. And we're opening our body, our chest up to the left side. Right hand on the ground, looking to the ceiling or straight ahead. Really nice. Breathing here. The twist is activating our back, moving our spine, but also in this lunge, working our legs and our hips as well. And the next inhale. And exhale, we're lowering the hand down to the ground on the outside of the left foot. Inhale here, and exhale, we're stepping forward, feet together. Inhale, half forward fold, flat back, shoulder pulling back. Exhale, hands down. And inhale, engaging that core, we're coming up. Exhale, hands into heart center. Nice, well done, guys. We are going to do that twisted chair little routine that we did last week, so at least we know a bit what's coming. So we're going to have our feet together, maybe lifting the toes off the mat again, bringing them down, lifting those heels if that does anything for you. A really nice firm grounding. We're going to sit down into our chair, sitting down as if there's an imaginary chair or a really dirty toilet. Making sure we can see our toes. Knees are together and we're staying here. We're engaging our abs. By engaging our abs, maybe we're sitting, becoming a bit taller. We want to be engaged here to have a flat back, not that duck bum. Nice flat back. Breathing here for 3. One, 2, and 1. And the next inhale, and then exhale, we're twisting over, left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Pressing, making sure that our knees are in line, not that one knee is sneaking forward. They sometimes do that. Hands on top of each other, pressing into them. Trying to bring the thumbs to your heart center, to the middle of your chest, and maybe stacking your elbows on top of each other. It's really great, guys. Staying here for 2 breaths, 2 more breaths. 1 and 2. And the next inhale, we're shifting that weight into the right foot, and exhale, we're stepping back. Great. That's good. We're working on our balance. Wobbles are part of that. Stay in this twisted high lunge for 3 breaths as well. 1, 2, and 3. We're now going to come into a normal high lunge. We're lifting up the arms. Nice. Staying here for 3 as well. We're bringing the hands down. We're going through vinyasa. So we're stepping back into our plank. Might have to move that foot that you stepped back with quite into the middle. Staying in our plank for 1 breath. Inhale. Exhale. Knees down. Chest down. Chin down. Inhale. Untucking the toes. Pointing them back. Coming into our Cobra. And for 1 moment, let's see if we can lift our hands off the ground and remain that same height in our chest. Staying for 2 breaths, working our back muscles really strongly. And well done, hands down. And we're going to melt down for a moment. Let's bring our hands, make a pillow out of them, let's shake our back out. What I want us to do now is, I want you to bend one leg, I'm doing it with my left, bring it in, just kick that heel in. Bring with the left, so our right arm, the forearm is sort of in line with the front edge of our mat, so that gives us stability, just sort of under our face, and we're trying to grab that left foot with the left hand. If you can't reach, you could take your belt, or your towel, or whatever you have, and pull on it. And just stay here for a bit. I find, so this, just by pulling that foot in, it works your quads a little bit, but I feel really intense stretch in my shoulder as well. If you have any pain, just come out of it. Nice. And 1 more breath, inhale, exhale, inhale, and let go on the exhale, melting down to the ground, forehead on the hands as a pillow, that feels good. Rocking from side to side, the hips again. Now we're bringing that left arm in line with, parallel to the front edge of the mat to give us that stability. Hand nice and wide, fingers nice and wide. I'm kicking our right foot in, seeing if we can grab that foot around and pulling that heel in. And waking up our shoulder. Again, working the spine. This is a little back bend. Feel that. Again, as I just said before, if you have any real pain, not just a bit of stretchy pain, then please come out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and on the exhale, we're letting go of that foot. We're coming down again, we're shimming from side to side. Hands under our shoulders, coming into our Cobra 1 more time. And tucking the toes and coming out, coming into a child now. Everyone coming into a child. Can keep the toes tucked, so it's just staying 1 breath here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and we're pushing into those hands and coming into a down dog. Breathing here, just for 2. And on the next exhale, stepping forward with the right foot, followed by the left foot. Inhale, half forward fold. Again, shoulders pulling back, engaging the abs. Thinking of those champagne glasses, we want no spillage. Exhale, hands down, full forward fold. And inhale, coming straight away into our chair. Again, setting it up correctly, making sure that we can see our big toes, that our back is nice and flat, engaging those abs. Staying here for 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to twist over to the other side, the left side. So the tip of the right elbow goes outside the left knee, palms, hands pressing into each other. Maybe seeing if we can bring those thumbs close to the middle of our heart. Elbows stacked on top, the left elbows pulling back a little bit. Checking that our knees are not sliding forward, one of them. If you need a break, always take a break. Yeah, nice, setting it up very well there. Staying for 2 more breaths. On the next inhale, we're shifting our weight into that left foot, and exhale, we're stepping back with the right foot in a twisted high lunge. Well done, guys. Great balance. Staying here for a few breaths. And with the next inhale, we're raising our arms up, coming to untwisted high lunge. Staying here for a few. Maybe walking that back foot back a little if you felt that didn't step back far enough. And placing those hands under our shoulders, stepping back into plank. We're staying here for a moment. Shoulder blades apart, really pushing that ground away, heels pulling back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale, knees come down, chest comes down, chin comes down. Inhale, we're sliding forward into our Cobra. And being here for 1. We see if we can lift our hands off the mat. If that doesn't feel good to you, just stay as you were before. We're here for 2, so 1 more breath. Inhale and exhale, hands down, and we're melting down. Bring our arms out in front of us, making a pillow with our hands. Let's shake, rock our hips from side to side. Maybe exhaling through the mouth. On a sigh. We are going to place our right forearm parallel to the front edge of the mat, fingers nice and wide, pressing into the mat. We're going to kick our left heel in, see if we can grab that foot, pulling it in, twisting, having our elbow point to the ceiling, looking back at the foot or just to the side. Feeling that stretch in the shoulder, maybe in the quads, and a bit of a back bend here. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. We're letting go of the foot, bringing our arms back in front of us, head rests on the hands, and we're shaking, rocking our hips from side to side. Other side, we're going to bring our left arm parallel to the front of the mat. Fingers nice and wide, pressing into them. We're kicking our right foot in. We're grabbing that right foot with the right hand if we can. Elbow pointing to the ceiling. Either looking to the foot, straight ahead. Nice. And breathing here. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We're releasing the foot, bringing those arms back in front of us. Head rests on the hands, shaking, rocking our hips. Bring your hands under our shoulders. And inhale, we're lifting into a Cobra just for 1 moment. Exhale, pushing into a child's pose. And let's stay here for a few breaths now. Worked our back a lot, so let's release it. Having that nice curvature in the spine. This is a counter pose to what we've just done. moving our spine in the opposite direction. We're going to lift our head, going to press into our hands, tucking the toes, coming into a down dog. Just for 2 breaths here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale and exhale. We're stepping forward with the left foot, followed by the right. Inhale, half forward, fold hands, shins flat back. Exhale, hands down, full forward fold. And inhale, coming into our chair one last time for 3 breaths. I need to pull on the blind. And inhale, straightening those legs. Nice. Our standing sequence almost done. Shutting the sun out. Sun salutations are working. Good to see, at least here in London. I don't know how it is in Berlin. As a balance today, we're going to do, we've done that a couple of weeks ago, dancer's pose. So we're going to, just so you see what it's like, this. And that's also, like, as you can see, there's a little back curvature there as well. So I think it's quite nice, you really engage the back. If you can't reach that foot, see we've sort of done that movement on the ground. You can use a belt or a towel or whatever and just balance and just do it like that. That's perfect. Like whatever works for you, just do that. So we're going to start in Tadasana. So we're going to, and good tip is depending on how thick your yoga mat is, just to step off your yoga mat, because the less cushioning there is, the harder the ground is, the easier balancing you'll get. Another tip is that once you are balancing, to find, like, I don't know, a spot on the wall, like a sock placket or something, like, I don't know, some mess on the floor or something, and really focus on that and just stare at that like crazy. Okay, so going to Tadasana, we're lifting all our toes off the ground again, dropping them down one at a time, maybe lifting the heels if that does anything for you. Setting ourselves up. Now we're going to lift that left leg up and taking the left foot in our hand, or if we are using a belt or a towel or something, into that loop. We're grabbing the inside of the foot, so the inside of the foot is sort of in this bit. We're grabbing that, and the fingers are going around the outside. The thumb is on the inside on the sole of the foot. Let's come here, stand here for a moment, finding that place that we're focusing on, and inhale. We're shifting forward. We're trying to bring our chest, our torso parallel to the ground. And now we're kicking into our hand with the foot. Really nice, really nice. And we're kicking in, engaging that back. And if you want, you can stretch your arm out in front of you for extra counterbalance. Fantastic, guys, really great. And then we're coming back in. Ooh, that's brilliant, really good. Let's shake out that standing leg. It's only a moment, but I feel it. The same thing on the other side. So again, I'm going to lift my toes, bring them down, lift my heels. And now grabbing that foot, grabbing the inside. So we're opening our shoulder a little bit here, so that our thumb is on the sole of the foot. Let's stand here for a moment. Let's find that space that we're looking at, a door handle or something. And then let's shift forward, inhale, bringing that body, our torso parallel to the ground. Ooh. Stretching that arm out, left arm out, counterbalance and kicking into the foot. Recreate that loop, that circle between arm and leg. And we're coming out. sometimes less elegant than others. Well done. Shaking out that left foot now. And we're going to come down to the ground. We're going to do one last vinyasa. Almost there. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fall down, engaging that core. We're still working on our back. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins. Exhale, hands down, stepping back, whichever foot you want. Plank. One breath here, pushing the ground away, pushing the heels away. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, knees down, chest down, chin down. Inhale, one last cobra. Maybe lifting those hands off the ground, staying here for 2. If you don't want to, have your hands on the ground. And one more breath. Inhale, exhale, hands down, tucking the toes, pushing into our downward dog. We're lifting our right leg off the ground, 3-legged dog. Inhale, we're coming into pigeon, so bringing the right foot behind the left hand, right knee behind the right hand. We're lowering that back knee, the left knee, untucking the toes. Maybe if you want, walking that left foot back a little bit. And we're staying here for a moment. Hands on the shoulders. Feeling that stretch already in our glutes. If you want, you can come deeper. No need though, you can stay where you just were. If you want, you can come onto your forearms. Stay here. You want to have your shoulders parallel to the front edge of your mat, and you want to pull your hips so that they're squared. Imagine you've got a A4 piece of paper on your chest and you don't want that to move. You want it to be really nice and in line, your hips and your shoulders. And if you want to go even deeper, you could come down and your hands out in front of you, forehead to the mat. But again, no need at any time. You can just stay where you were before. And stay here for a few breaths. In these quite intense stretches, connecting with your breath in and out through the nose. Your breath is your anchor. If you came down onto your forehead, pushing into your hands, walking your hands slowly under your shoulders. Let's stay here together for one moment. And then we're going to drop onto our right glute, swing our left leg forward, the usual routine. Actually, I'm going to bring my screen down a little bit so I can see you better, or you can see me better, both I guess. I'm going to come into Janshasana. So our right knee is bent. It's sort of the right foot against the inner thigh of the left leg. The right foot and the left foot is tucked. So the foot is doing yoga. We're going to do a micro twist. I haven't said that in a while. So when you sit in this leg shape, the tendency is that where our chest is facing in between our legs. What we want to do is let's bring our hands behind by the side of our glutes, the sides of our hips, pressing into hands. And we want to angle our body, just slightly twist, that our chest is over that straight leg. Tiny movement. Inhale, and exhale, we're going forward, we're hinging from the hip, we're not rounding our spine, we're having a flat spine here. And you can grab wherever you can get hold of, or you could take a belt. So if you can grab your calf, that's great, ankle, that's great, foot, that's great, or your belt. All of these versions are equally fantastic. Inhale, we're looking up, and exhale, we're pulling a little bit wherever we are. Inhale, Stretching up, and exhale, we're walking our hands back gently. We're going to stretch our right leg out now as well. So we're sitting in Dandasana, or staff pose. So our legs are engaged, both toes, both feet are pointing to the ceiling. Let's just sit here for a second. Want to sit really nice and tall. Like what sometimes can help actually if you have a block or maybe even a thin pillow, a cushion, just sit on that as well, just to lift your seat a little bit, and that might help you sit up taller. And what we're going to do is we're going to do gentle forward fold here, Paschimottanasana, and again, if you have a belt or a towel or whatever, you can loop that around your feet, maybe around the balls of your feet, not the heel or the middle of the feet, the balls of the feet. Holding onto our belt. Inhale and exhale, we're folding and we're keeping the back nice and straight. That means that you're getting here, it's totally fine. If that means you're getting a bit lower, that's great too. And we're breathing here. This is a really nice one for our back as well. And we're looking towards our big toes. Inhale, we're lifting up. Exhale, we're walking our hands in, or we're sliding along our belt, our towel, and sitting up again. Let's bring our feet in a little bit, and let's just hug our knees, like lifting our feet off the ground, so we're hovering on our sit bones, little cosmic eggs. Some of your teachers call this, which I think is quite cute. We're looking at our knees. We're in this little echo chamber. We hear our breath a lot more. If we open our eyes, we can see our breath as our chest is moving. Great. All right. Wherever we are, we're going to come up again. We're going to place our hands under our shoulders. We're going to step back into a down dog. To do pigeon on the other side. So we're going to inhale, we're lifting that left leg up. Exhale, we're bringing the left foot behind the right hand, the left knee behind the left hand, lowering the right knee, untucking the toes. Maybe if you want, walking that right foot back a little bit. Let's stay here. Feeling that stretch in the glutes. Again, our shoulders are parallel to the front edge of our mat and equal. We want our hips to follow. Having that square, that unmoving A4 piece of paper on our chest. If you want to go a bit deeper, you can come onto your forearms now, only if that feels good and if you want to today. Staying here for a few. And if you want to go deeper still, you can bring your hands further out and bring your forehead onto the ground. But again, stay wherever you want to stay. Going to lift our head, pressing into those hands and walking our hands back slowly till they're under our shoulders. Staying here for one more breath. Or maybe two. We're going to drop to the left glutes now. Swinging that right leg forward, coming into Gomukhasana on our left side. So right leg straight, left leg bend, sole of the left foot into the inner thigh of the right. And again, doing that micro twist, bringing our hands either side of our glutes and just twisting so that our chest is facing our straight right leg. Inhale, and we're going to come forward. We're going to flat back, either grab our calf, ankle, foot, or with belt, wherever you are, whatever feels comfortable today. Inhale and exhale, we're pulling a little bit, engaging those hamstrings, stretching the hamstrings out. Inhale, we're coming up. Exhale, we're letting go. I'm going to stretch both our legs out now. Utkatasan again. Again, if you want to sit on a little pillow or something, do so. That helps you sit up a little bit taller. Again, either grabbing our calves on, wherever you can grab, or taking our belt. Belts are fantastic tools. Inhale, sitting nice and tall, and exhale, pulling. Not too much, and you want to keep a straight back here. And your focus point, your drishti, where you're looking towards are your big toes. Inhale, we're looking up, and exhale, we're either walking our hands in or we're sliding down our belt, our towel, whatever. Letting go of our prop, coming off our pillow. And now we're going to bring our knees in. We're going to sit in a cross-legged first. And last week we did that really horrible cow face pose where we bind behind our back. So I thought that was quite a difficult one, so it might be nice to try that again to just familiarize ourselves, and then maybe we see that maybe it's gotten a little easier over the last week. Maybe we're doing yoga in our sleep and it's not so hard now. So just to show you again what we're doing with our arms, we're coming up, so we're going to bring that other arm in as much as we can, hand as much as we can between our shoulder blades. Then we're reaching up and we're going to see if we can grab our fingers, and if not, we can use a belt, a towel, whatever, and just do it like that. And that's perfect. And that's actually, when you do it like that, maybe you can get into the pose a bit better. You can pull, and as you pull, you can see, oh, I think I can get a bit deeper. You can walk your top hand down that belt. And just little by little, we're going to do that. Oh yeah, let's come out of that. And now we know what we're doing with that. Our leg shape is going to be, so let's have our left leg at the bottom. Let's bring our right leg on top, and we want to try as much as we can to have our knees on top of each other. But as I said last time, if I'm really trying to get there, like this, my knees are not almost stacked on top, but my right glutes aren't on the ground at all. So I'm going to shift and sit here, and that means that you probably lose a tiny bit of that leg shape, but that's perfectly fine. And we're going to start with bringing the right hand between our shoulder blades, and let's first see if we can grab that right elbow with the left elbow. Yeah, great, getting a prop. And just bringing that in. Let's hold that elbow. 2 breaths here. And now let's let go of that right elbow with the left hand, and let's stretch that left arm up and bring that down. Yeah, that's a really great use of the prop, Jack. Let's stay here. If it's really painful, then just don't do it. Just stay wherever you want to be. You could just grab opposite elbows behind the back. We don't want to hurt ourselves, we want to stretch ourselves. Let's do it for 3 more breaths. Next inhale, we're going to let go and bring that arm up in front. Let's hug our arms. Do whatever feels good for you to let go of that stretch. Maybe make a big circle with that arm that was between the shoulder blades, that right arm. Circles the other way. Circle both arms, whatever feels good. Great. Yeah, stretching the neck is a nice idea. Lovely. Let's change our legs. So our right leg is at the bottom, the right knee is at the bottom. We're trying to get that left knee over, and again, making sure that we're sitting on both glutes. Very good. And if it's difficult, you can bring, you could sit on, if it's really difficult for you to bring your glute to the mat, of the top leg, you could get a block and sit on there, or you could get that pillow that we had a moment ago. Props are your best friend. And like that, feels great and not nearly as wobbly. So do whatever you need to do. We're going to bring our left arm between our shoulder blades. So we're going to try and get the left elbow with the right hand if we can, and then walk that left hand between the shoulder blades. Hold here for a moment. And inhale, we're lifting that right arm up, grabbing our fingers behind the back. And you might notice that one side is way easier than the other. And that's life. When we move, we're right or left-handed, we carry our shopping, so we're never going to be as flexible on one side as we are on the other. That's fine. It's just noticing, but not judging it. One more breath here. Inhale, exhale, and inhale, we're letting go, exhale, pulling our arms away, and again, moving our arms, whatever feels good to you, rolling the shoulders, rolling them at the same time, one at a time, forward and back, hugging our shoulders the other way around. Well done. Really nice. And we're going to bring our legs out in front, our feet are on the ground, so our knees are pointing towards the ceiling. And we're going to lie down on our back. And we're going to do bridge pose in a couple of stages. So I want you to have your block or your book ready. And place this, lift your hips up gently and place that block under your sacrum. So that space between, that sort of bony place between your glutes and your back. And just lie here, arms by the side of the body, and just relax. This is a really gentle inversion, little gentle back bend. So relaxing, you could almost fall asleep here. Staying here for a few breaths. Feeling into our body, how our shoulders feel, shoulder blades on the ground. If you want to stay here for a bit longer, feel free to. Otherwise, I would say we do 2 more bridges without the block. So on the inhale, we're lifting our hips up a little bit, enough so we can get that block and move it to the side. Exhale, we're lowering our hips down. We're going to bring our heels as close, if we want to do the full bridge, heels as close to our bum as we can. Maybe we can even touch them. Hips and, hips anyway, knees and feet are hip width apart. Our hips are also hip width apart. Our arms by the side of the body, palms touching the ground, facing the ground. And with the inhale, we're going to tuck our pelvis, lift our lower back, middle back, upper back. And we're pushing our hip to the ceiling, but also our chest to our chin. We're staying here for 3. Breathing here, breathing into the top part of our lungs, so we can't breathe as deeply as we can do in other poses. Inhale and exhale, we're lowering down, upper back, middle back, lower back, and untucking the pelvis, like a pearl necklace that we're rolling down, 1 pearl at a time. I'm going to do 1 more here, 1 breath here to just set ourselves up to get ready. And on the inhale, we're tucking our pelvis, lifting our lower back, middle back, upper back. And staying here again, hip to ceiling, chest to chin. Either staying here with our palms into the ground, or if you want, you can see if you can grab your hands under your back. If you've grabbed your hands under your back, you can see if you can maybe roll a tiny bit, be careful, onto that right shoulder and bring that left shoulder more under you. That's where it's nice to, when you actually do it in class, and then doing the same thing the other way, rolling a bit onto the left shoulder, lifting the right shoulder up and coming onto the ball of the right shoulder. Getting more height, more lift out of here. Staying here for 2 breaths. Inhale. We're letting go of that interlace. And exhale, coming down slowly. Upper back, middle back, lower back, pelvis. Wonderful. Let's bring our knees into our body. Hug our knees, hold your knees, and just rock from side to side, massaging our lower back. Let's draw circles with our knees. Doing circles in the same direction, so pulling them in and out, and really massaging our lower back, massaging our kidneys a bit as well. Making those circles as small or as big as feels good to you, as fast or as slow as feels good to you. Changing those circles, other direction. If you flop onto one side, that's fine. We're really wanting to massage our back. One more circle. We'll come into center. Give ourselves a hug. Bring our forehead to our knees, maybe coming to a little turtle, like a little bug that's lying on its back. And lowering our head. If you've got your books or your blocks near you, let's maybe move them a little bit as we're going to come into our belly twist. We're going to, our knees are sewn to our chest. We're going to bring our arms out in the capital T. Palms are facing the ceiling. And we're going to drop our knees to the right side. Into this nice twist. And you're looking over to the left, the opposite side. The closer your knees are to your elbow, the more intense that stretch. The twist is going to be on your back. So if it's too much, just bring your knees away from your arms. And what you want to do here as well is we're going to try to have contact with both shoulder blades on the ground. You could bring a block under your knees here if your knees are really high off the ground and you find that unpleasant. Once you're set up, close your eyes. With the next inhale, we're bringing our legs into our center and dropping them the other side. Again, the closer they are to the arm, the more intense, making sure that both our arms are still a capital T and are in line, and looking over to the opposite side, to the right side, making sure that there is contact between both shoulder blades and the ground. And closing your eyes. Next inhale, bringing our knees back into center, hugging the knees in one more time. Let's come into a happy baby pose. So we're grabbing either the calves, the ankles, or the outside of the feet. Knees nice and wide, pulling our thighs into our body. And here again, if you want, you can rock from side to side, massaging your back. If your knees come to the ground and you feel a bit stuck, you just try it. Pull on the opposite foot and bring a little momentum in. It's really fun. Life should be fun. We should smile like a happy baby. stillness and center, pulling our legs in. And exhale, let's bring those legs out in front. You can either be in Shavasana, your feet flopping outwards, legs straight. If you want to have a little bit of hip opening, you could bring the soles of your feet together in reclining, Cobra, Setu Bandhasana. Or if you wanted, you could even do your final relaxation in Child's Pose today. It's up to you. Wherever you are, if you're in Shavasana, feet flopping out, feet hip width apart, arms by the side of the body, palms facing up, palms about 3 inches, 15 centimeters from the body, shoulders relaxed, away from the ears, chin tucked a little bit, eyes closed, face relaxed. Setu Bandhasana, Utkatasan, reclining Cobra, very similar, only the soles of the feet are touching. And if you're in Child's Pose, bring your arms alongside your body. Take one breath and arrive in your final relaxation. You very much deserve this after an hour of yoga. You always deserve to relax and to take a break. Breathing in and out through the nose. Noticing how our body feels now after we've moved. You feel softer, warmer, smoother, be freer. You got rid of some tension, physical and maybe emotional. Feeling your breath move your entire body. We're breathing really gently. The breath still moves us. Moves our chest and our abdomen. And to the inhale, it even moves all the way down into your hips, your hip bones. Inhale, feel it in your shoulders, your arms, your neck. Inhale, and feel the movement in your upper back, your middle back, your lower back, and your glutes. Inhale and feel the breath in your nose, your throat, your eyes move, your eyes feel soft. Softness in your face shows the relaxation in your body. Forehead is smooth, no tension, no wrinkles, not pulling our eyebrows together. Your eyes are soft. The nose, cheeks are relaxed. The jaw is relaxed. Your teeth are slightly parted. The tongue is just lying in your mouth, not glued to the roof of the mouth. Your eyes are so soft. Imagine that the outer corners of your eyes are pulling a tiny bit towards your temples. So that length, that space, that relaxation. Have that in your whole body, length and space and relaxation. One deep inhale. Coming back into your body, coming back to the space. Starting to move your wrists and ankles a bit. Stretching your arms overhead, bring your feet together, and having a nice, long, full body stretch. And let go. Bring your knees into your body and rock gently from side to side. Have your knees fall to the side, to the right side. Bring your head on your right upper arm, the pillow. Bring your left hand in front of your face and gently press up. Sit in any position that's comfortable for you, cross-legged or kneeling. Just have 3 nice circles as we do. So inhale. Arms go wide, hands come together overhead, and exhale, we're pulling our hands down, past the forehead, our eyes, our nose, our mouth, our chin, our throat, to our heart. One more. Inhale, and exhale. And the last one, the third one. Inhale, and exhale. To bring our thumbs to our third eye for clear and kind thoughts, thumbs to our throat for clear and kind words, and thumbs to our heart center, clear and kind feelings towards ourselves and others. And we bow with gratitude to the practice of yoga and gratitude for ourselves for taking the time to move. Thank you so much, guys.